think too much of the sound coming from the nook under the grand staircase. There were at least a dozen half-snake monsters in attendance tonight, but when it was accompanied by a tiny hand, a human hand, peeking out of the shadows and gesturing to her, she couldn't ignore it any longer. Cautiously, she inched toward the nook, but relaxed when a short woman with pale green eyes and a mass of ginger-speckled dark curls stepped out. This person wasn't a threat to her. Roxie wasn't proud of the fact that she tended to size people up and evaluate them at a glance based on whether she could take them in a fight. But she did. Foster care and her recent dating history made sure of that. "Hi, I'm Lucy. My husband owns this place." A growl that raised the hair on the back of Roxie's neck crawled out of the shadows. Lucy rolled her eyes. "My husband and I own this place," she corrected. Okay, so maybe Lucy wasn't harmless after all. Clearly she was married to an angry bear. Great. "I'm Roxie. Nice place you have here." Lucy sighed dreamily. "Yeah, it's awesome. But I didn't call you over here to brag. I saw what was going on at the bar." Now she was probably going to get sued or something for wrecking their event. "I apologize for not finishing the night. I hope your guests will understand." "Oh, honey, no. We're not mad. We're impressed you didn't hit him." Lucy laughed and dug a wad of cash out of her skirt pocket. "I figured he was going to stiff you, so I emptied the tip jar when he wasn't looking, and I'll make sure the rest of the staff gets tipped out of that asshat's salary. He'll never work here again, I promise you." Wow. Roxie took the cash and stuffed it into her pocket, fighting the urge to sniffle. Unexpected kindness from strangers always got her a little misty. "Thank you so much. This will really help me. I appreciate it." She shrugged. "No big deal. You earned it." Then she pulled out a business card and handed that over. "That's my husband's card. Call his office when you're ready to start looking for another job." Viktor Adamovich. Jesus. The beast of Spellman Manor and his wife? Why she hadn't put that all together before now was a mystery. Were going to help her get a new job? What kind of weird fever dream was she having? "Again, thank you so much. I'm not sure what else to say." Especially since she'd started this conversation by evaluating whether she could take Lucy in a fight. Lucy giggled when a giant hand shot out of the darkness of the nook and dragged her back inside. "Bye, Roxie. It was nice meeting you." "Yeah, you too." She was still reeling from the high of meeting nice people who did nice things for her rather than shitting all over her when she made it to the parking lot across the street from the mansion. That's when someone restored her total lack of faith in humanity. Or monsterdom, or whatever. Roxie swallowed a startled shriek when a giant, beefy arm clamped around her throat and yanked her back against a rock-hard chest. "Hello there, little human," he whispered in her ear, his hot breath fanning across her cheek. "I think you and I are going to have some fun tonight." Clearly, his definition of fun and hers were very different. She slid her hand up and wedged it between his arm and her throat to give herself a little breathing room. "I'm going to give you a chance to walk away, asshole," she said as calmly as possible. "Trust me, you do not want to fuck with me, not after the night I've had." He chuckled. "Oh, trust me. I very much want to fuck with you." She would have sighed in exasperation if he wasn't holding her so tight. She'd been so polite to him, had even offered him a chance to walk away unharmed. This was why being polite was totally overrated. It was a lesson she'd learned long, long ago. When she was 6, her teacher told her the bullies who picked on her for wearing thrift store clothes and living in a group home would leave her alone if she ignored them. The woman who'd hired her to tend